Welcome everybody to the first video for my channel, Lyran Tarot. Welcome. My name is Ami. I have been doing tarot for probably about 5 years, but have been doing mediumship, intuitive energy readings for probably 15 years now. So I'm also the author of the spiritual book series, The Sum of Everything. So if you want to check that out, you can find that on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. But today we are going to do a reading for the upcoming week, starting February 19th, and kind of tap into the energies and see what's going on for the collective. So I'm going to start by just pulling a few cards from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck by Denise Linn. I actually love this deck, and I've been this is my go-to kind of general oracle card deck. I like to pull a couple cards just to kind of start the reading out and see the general themes, trends going on for the week. It's definitely been, to me, a crazy 2024. We've had a lot of shifts astrologically. We're now Pluto's in Aquarius, which definitely am feeling, and I see that again with the collective and just people around me, how that's impacting everyone. I definitely feel this, like, it's almost like a pressure cooker. I'm trying to explain even how I'm feeling. It's like something's really putting the squeeze on to, like, push out the stuff that has either you've been holding on to, or just, things that you haven't really integrated or released or allowed yourself to process. It's definitely been, to me, I've heard a lot of people use challenging time the last couple of weeks. So let's see where we're at now after the Valentine's Day week. Again, happy belated Valentine's Day. So, all right. So the first card out, we have Stability, the Earth Spirit. I love the art on this deck. Oh, here we go. Just what I was saying. Storm Spirit, Chaos. Interesting kind of dynamic here. We have Chaos and Stability, which is kind of the complete opposite. And then Wood Nymph, Beauty. So right away, the message I got is, pretty standard, right? Seeing the beauty in the chaos. And what's interesting, we have chaos in the middle, and then flanking on each side, we have stability and beauty here. And I feel like the chaos is coming from the depths. Again, this, like, the energy of stability and beauty is really coming in, but we can't fully embrace these energies. Or, like, if we think of a cup, if we're trying to fill a cup with stability and beauty, but there's still chaos filling a fourth of the cup, it's not all, right? Part of it's going to be beauty and stability, but the chaos, and usually the chaos, if it's mud, is going to water, it's going to kind of distort the clearness of the water, if that makes sense, the analogy I'm giving. But there's definitely some chaotic energy, but the chaotic energy is there. And really, when we feel and see the chaotic energy, we think of, oh, this is coming from the external world. But in reality, the chaos that's coming up for us personally is actually kind of if you want to call it negative, but I say kind of the negative energy, or any emotional or kind of, again, traumatic energy, things that we haven't fully processed. So to me, the chaotic energy, what I'm getting, is really coming from deep within you in the unconscious. And it's coming up because it's time for us to, the storm has to come to create stability for us. Because what we're doing is we tried to build a stable foundation on a bunch of you know, a foundation that's not stable. And in reality, you just can't, if the you know, ground is not stable, you can try to create a stable foundation, and maybe it'll last a little while, but it's not true stability. So it's like clearing the way for true stability. So there is something very beautiful in this process, and I really feel like there's something about they want you to really try and find the beauty in the chaos. And what that means is just objectively viewing and flowing with it, because there's something really beautiful coming on the other end of whatever's going on for you right now. It could be a challenging time. It could just be like you're just feeling a lot of chaotic emotions coming up that are creating a lot of imbalance within you, emotional chaos. This could, again, be externally in your world, whether it's through maybe work is kind of becoming stressful, or there's a situation in your life that's creating a lot of chaos for you, where especially you do not feel stable because of this energy, emotions, or situation. All right, I'm going to be using the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot deck. This is a good tarot deck with really clear pictures. It's pretty easy to read, so picked it up because I think it'll be good for you guys to interpret as we begin. And we had a card that flew out, so I'm going to keep that on the side here. We have the Seven of Cups flew out. So definitely a lot of confusion going on right now, I feel. There's like confusing energy. It's almost like you feel like you're in the fog, like you're stuck in the fog, and you're like, it's very uncomfortable. You kind of, again, don't feel safe, don't feel stable, and you're unsure about what's ahead. And it can be bringing up a lot of chaotic emotions, because uncertainty to a lot of us does not feel good. And it can create anxiety or worry, or just an unstable feeling right now. So I'm going to do kind of a standard spread I like to do. So right now I'm going to pull some of the energies that are, we could call them unconscious things going on, or things that are unfolding for us. We got the Six of Swords, the Chariot, the Magician, the Two of Swords, the High Priestess, Queen of Cups, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Star. And I'm going to grab, Five of Cups, and the Fool, and the Six of Cups. I got to do it. So, and you might be asking, why am I pulling so many cards? So, it's kind of the story that's unfolding as I'm pulling the cards. And a lot of times there's a major story unfolding as I pull the cards, and I pull it until I see, like, okay, I see this, all these cards are creating a storyline, and they all kind of tie together. So I keep pulling until I feel like the story stops. Sometimes I may pull one card. Again, here, sometimes you pull a bunch of cards. A lot going on. But this is where we can see, like, what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on energetically, unconsciously, that we aren't necessarily aware of that's happening. There, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. So there's a lot going on at play that's impacting, if you want to say, the conscious aspect of the situation, which is what you're experiencing in the physical. So usually if a card flies out before I start, so I'm gonna usually say this is like the overarching energy, which is the Seven of Cups here. You can see here there's kind of they're kind of clouds, but you could say that's fog. And all the cups represent our dreams, our desires, and cups represent emotions. So, you know, with this, what I'm getting, like I said, there's confusion right now. Things aren't clear. There's some chaos going on. There's an unstable environment for you. This, again, could be internally or externally. And it's creating a lot of confusion and uncertainty for you about what's going to happen in the future for you, or what's going to unfold. And when we think of a collective energy, this is really playing out on the, broad stage of Earth at the moment. That could be on, we could say just within the US, but within the world. I feel like there is a lot of instability and chaos happening. Things don't feel stable. We don't feel safe in our environment, definitely. And it's creating uncertainty for the future when we think of the collective. But this can translate definitely to your individual experience. So here we have this, the Six of Swords and the Chariot, which are kind of similar energies here. There's an it's energy of like moving forward, of pushing us towards something better. The Six of Swords is about moving from so we could say this chaotic energy, or something that's been a little not stable. We're kind of, now the boat's moving forward away from that, and we're moving into more stable, calm, peaceful waters here, which is obviously a relief for a lot of people here. And then the Chariot, I feel like this is more, so this is a major arcana card. So I feel like this is kind of like fueling the energy of the Six of Swords here, because it's more powerful energy. It's a bigger shift. But the Chariot here, it's like a balancing out. We're moving forward pretty quickly here to something better. And the Magician and the Chariot, the Magician is about you actually, you're the one who's been manifesting this. You've been creating something. You've been utilizing, maybe planted a seed, and really putting the energy into making it manifest. Which I like these two cards. I feel like with the Two of Swords, I feel like you still aren't sure what this is. Like, this is happening, but you're still a little like, here this person is blindfolded and it has the swords in front of it. This card is also about going internally, going within the self to kind of intuitively feel out whether it's a decision or a direction or a knowing. But I like it with the High Priestess, because when I said knowing, that's the High Priestess. The High Priestess knows. But the High Priestess, again, is about going more spiritually, internally, into our intuitive sense. It's about, guiding yourself through your intuition. The High Priestess is like the highest spiritual kind of wisdom of the deck from a feminine perspective. And she's really getting a lot of information, guidance from her higher self here. And I feel like this Two of Swords is about you really taking the time right now. I feel like this is a time to kind of retreat. Maybe not a lot's happening, because it's time for you to really spend some time in kind of quietness to figure out what's right for you, and to gain there's some big, to me, huge downloads and information coming from your higher self, for you to gain some more wisdom about your current situation, and just in general to help us grow. And I think with the Queen of Cups here, really grow from an emotional space, and to really find some harmony and connect with our emotions and allow them to integrate. The Queen of Cups is definitely the queen who is the master of her emotions and of the flow of change and up and down, which is the emotional water state. With the King of Swords in reverse, I definitely feel like I feel like maybe the intellect here, the swords are about our thoughts and intellect, and I feel like maybe our intellect has been deceiving us a bit. With the cards in reverse, usually when it's upright, it's about clarity and a knowingness and guidance and clear communication and kind of a clear direction forward. And it's going back to these cards up here of like, we don't know where we're going. There's kind of a confusion and uncertainty here. And I feel like with the King of Swords in reverse, again, there's some uncertainty and not clarity about where you're going. And also I'm getting the message too that I think our thoughts and we're maybe thinking too much, we're too much in our mind, and it may be playing kind of a little deception with our emotional state. But I feel like you're getting the intuitive kind of directive force to give you that information on how to help yourself right now, how to proceed, and just in general grow through this kind of period of instability here. But what's really great, I like this sign, you got the star and then the 5 of Cups. I feel like we're healing a lot of emotions we've repressed, maybe back to childhood. This could even go back to like past lives. I feel like there's a lot coming up right now for us, and it's really time to alchemize and heal. The star is about healing, about alchemy, about you see the waters here, cleansing energy, purification. And to me, with the 5 of Cups, it's about purifying and healing any past trauma, suffering, grief, loss that has happened, things that you haven't really been able to process, that you've been holding on to, which is the chaos to me. That's the chaos. And then you got the Fool. So it's like the star's coming through to help heal. And then you can move forward and let all this go. And it's kind of like this is the baggage you've been carrying unconsciously for a long time. And it's the Fool of letting this go. And now you're starting a new path that feels much lighter and more peaceful. And you can actually experience a lot more things. And I feel like this energy has kind of kept you in certain patterns, or just almost like a loop of the same types of experiences that almost re-trigger the trauma from the root of whatever happened. Again, that could be in this lifetime or another. And to me, the 6 of Cups is like a chance to reconcile the past, is what I'm getting. There's a reconciliation happening of the past, of loss, again, of, hurts, betrayals. And it's like a new dawn where the past is now giving you something beautiful here. Which you got the Beauty card. So something is rising from kind of the ashes of the past, I feel, that has created a lot of instability for you for a long time. So I love this message. Let's pull a couple cards here for what's going on. So we have the five of Wands. Three of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, 5, 4, 3. Interesting. I'm gonna pull one more. The Hermit, yes. So interesting, we kind of go, I know it's not in order, but we kind of have 3, 4, 5 here. I feel like there's definitely a progression here. There is a progression of things moving forward again. We have the Chariot, the 6 of Swords. The 5 of Wands is about conflict here and challenge. And it's almost like external this could be external things kind of bringing challenge and conflict to you. This can also be about internal conflict. There's a lot of different things conflicting within you that are creating a lot of stress and challenges, or the chaos again, or instability. But I kind of get too, there's a lot of people externally. I feel like a lot of people are going through this energy, and it's creating a lot, again, of conflict and challenge, just interacting with others. For some reason, I'm getting like the word family. I feel like internal family instability or chaos or toxic dynamics are definitely really, the storm is coming in. It's like, okay, things are really creating a lot of conflict with people here. But I like the 3 of Pentacles because this is about like working it out. The 3 of Pentacles, you see here, there's This is the card of like working together to create a more stable foundation, basically. Like this is about, you know, working together to rebuild. How do we do this to be successful? And then with the Four of Wands, you know, again, this can relate to home and hearth or the family or relationships, but kind of like rebuilding something, working together to say, how do we move through the chaos and the challenges? And this could be a fight that happened. But again, when we talk about the collective, this could just be, you know, there's a lot of conflict going on in the collective right now from all different angles, government, countries, you know, states. But I feel like this is like a rebuilding of creating a more stable foundation collectively, but for us all. But to do that, the chaos has to come, the storm has to come to like clear out what's not working. And to create a more stable, and that could be within families, but collectively, I mean, this is all just mirroring every, you know, on all levels here. And then the ultimate hermit is, this is the spiritual wisdom. This is like through this whole process, through what we're going through right now, are we going to really gain the wisdom and learn the lessons and see the beauty? You know, the hermit is really going within to analyze the journey of life and the internal journey that you've been on, and what's going on within you, but also what's looking really at everything that's going on from a higher perspective and gaining the enlightenment. And that's where we find beauty in it, and we see why it all had to happen the way it did. And I feel like we're hitting a point where there is, I think we're going through the chaos. I think there's more chaos to come, not to bring fear to anyone, but the thing with the Chariot, things are going to move pretty quickly here. I feel like we're going to move through it quickly. And if you're going through something from a personal level, I feel like you're moving through this and really gaining a lot of insight and wisdom, and more awareness of yourself and of others. And again, creating more stability within yourself, because you first have to create stability within yourself to help rebuild security for others and to build a stable environment, let's say, for your relationships. If you're not stable, you're not going to be able to contribute, you know, your best to build something better for yourself and others. I don't think I even need to clarify anything here. I think it was a very clear message here today. So this was a reading for the week coming up here, February 19th. But whenever you're watching this video, this applies for everybody whenever you watch it. But again, very clear. I feel like this is a broader message that kind of transcends next week, but I feel like this is going to help whoever watches this right now, whenever you're watching it, and kind of, again, can help you get perspective on what's unfolding for you and why. So, thank you guys for joining today. See you again next time.